Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios.
Tag us in your makes.
We love to see what you're making.
We're very sociable.
Follow us to stay up to date with everything new at Tonic Studios. Find us on Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram,
And YouTube.
stay up to date with Tonic Studios.
by subscribing to our mailing list.
never miss a video.
Like,
Subscribe and hit that notification icon.
Have you got a question for us crafters?
Let us know in the comments.
Subscribe to the Tonic Craft Kit.
and get 10% off every order.
Every order.
Have you got a big order?
Pay in instalments using ClearPay, ShopPay and PayPal.
Need to know when your favourite products are in stock?
Click notify me when available and we'll let you know.
Can't wait to get a die set?
Click notify me when available, we'll let you know.
Visit the Tonic Studios craft room for inspiration.
Information and tutorials.
All in one place.
Looking for a freshly launched product?
Head to the new launches tab on the Tonic Studios website. Looks like news at 10 with the two Ronnies.
Hello and welcome to Tonic Studios. I'm Leo. I'm here today with the lovely Alison.
Hello.
Not the two Ronnies, in case you caught that.
Who sat you and it looked like, do you remember the two Ronnies when they did their news sketch at the end of the show? Well, that's what we looked like.
Just, wait, you need to tap your cards. Yeah, exactly. So welcome on in, everyone. Hi, I'm Leo. I have not been here for a little while. I'm back.
You've been
Very
off on your
briefly.
travels, haven't you?
I have.
And she's off again tomorrow.
Shh, we don't talk about that. So it's lovely to be back. I'm glad to be here. Welcome on in, everyone. I can see we have lots and lots of people saying hello.
Lord.
Oh,
the
Sharon's
coffees
with the
have
cuppa.
arrived.
I could use one of those today.
Thank you.
Definitely use a cuppa today.
Oh. Now, dare I touch this or not?
You can. So yeah, just scroll down. Just don't
Do you know,
put it down
every
to
time I
refresh it.
touch this, it goes off. So if I do lose you all, it's me, right? So I can touch it.
Yeah, just
Oh, there
scroll
we
down
are.
gently. That's it.
Okay. Now, I did refresh it and I did lose the first comment. So
I think it was Marie.
it was Marie. Good job you remembered. So we've got Vicky with us from Perth. Teresa saying she hasn't had her kit yet. I'm so sorry,
Hopefully
Teresa.
soon. Hopefully soon.
But you can still do all this when your kit arrives. It'll still be there on YouTube and Facebook, so we'll be there waiting for you. Vicky's with us.
Hi,
Hiya,
Vicky.
Vicky. We have Gabrielle. Can you explain the different dies related to the wristwatch?
Oh,
yes,
yes,
we
we can.
will. We've got Leothino and Taylor's with us from Oxford. We've got a Facebook user. If you're on Facebook, put your name after the comment because it just gives us Facebook user otherwise. Rachel's with us. Hello, I hope you're packing.
Oh, not yet. That's a me job.
Judith's with us. Oh, Anne's saying she loved the two Ronnies. Liz is with
Hi,
us.
Lizzie.
Nicoline from Dubai.
Oh, welcome.
Now, I don't know if you're Lois or whether you're Lois, I'm not sure, from Florida. Hanny from Denmark.
Wow.
We are very international today,
I know.
aren't we? Elaine, Kim, and we have another Facebook user. So she says she's got her goodies from the sale on Monday, bought 5 boxes.
Oh, 5 kits.
You have a lot of playing to do.
Was that did you post a photo into the group? Because if that was you, we all went, ooh, when we
all
saw
did
that
a wow.
photo.
Oh my gosh, there's more. Daniela, Gafrolic, Kim, Philomena, Sapphire Mango. Wow. Oh my word.
And yes, we should say Cam is also with us. Obviously, Cam, the cameraman, is
Hello.
Hello, Cam.
So today is Kit Craftalong Day. So for those of you that perhaps don't know what a Tonic Craft Kit is like and
Shall
what
we
kind
show
of
you?
things you can expect, let's have a look at what came in this month.
You have such a box of goodies with the
Oh,
kit,
yes.
don't you? And we've kind of become more involved in kits recently, haven't we? So if we have a little.
So you get your lovely little
leaflet.
flyer that shows you some inspiration on projects that the design team have made. You've got a little craft blog QR code that you can access there, and you get a nice little list of everything that's in your kit as well. And then, the hardware, everyone's
know.
favourite part. So, I mean, this month was a bit different because you got a bonus freebie. I need something dark. Let me grab this. So you got an extra
love this
free little
stencil.
stencil this time, and I do. I love this.
It's one of my favourites that we've ever done, I think.
So you've got all of these cogs at the top. Lovely little cog design there. And I think this is my favourite part.
I love it.
It's kind of slightly misshapen circles with arrows going through the middle.
Because you could always extend that,
Yeah,
couldn't you?
absolutely. You could continue out to the side or top and bottom. Perfect stencil. Absolutely love that. So that was your freebie in this month's kit. We've then got the dies. I don't think my bit of card is going to be quite big enough to do this, so I shall shift them over. So you've got lots of different pieces that are going to make clocks and watches.
I'm glad you said that. I was dreading saying it again.
I have been dreading this live, especially because I am, between holidays and I'm a little bit tired. So bear with me. I might say it very slowly and enunciate every time I say clocks and cogs, but I will get there.
It comes out wrong, doesn't it? Can we explain the watch bit while we're here now?
Yes, let's. If I grab these over here, so you've got a couple of different options for a watch. So in fact, one of the cards has it on, doesn't it?
It does.
Yes.
There's a fob watch on.
If I bring this in here, so anyone who is a nurse or any of those professions where you need to have a watch pinned to you, you'll probably recognise this. You've got your upside down watch face, you've got one of these straps attached to it with this sort of little buckle piece up here. So this is going to make your fob watch. You've also then got, if you did 2 of those straps together, in one side you would put this little extra piece that's going to give you the holes for your strap. That would give you your wrist strap,
Yeah, your
basically,
wrist strap.
for your watch. So you'd use 2 of those, and your watch face goes into this part.
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
and then this is the end that sort of
And then it
attaches.
goes it's gone over the top there.
Yeah,
So you either sit it right in or you go over slightly.
and then you can use the buckle. I mean, it is probably just going to be decorative. It's not going to
You've got
function.
another buckle,
Oh, you have, yeah, that's very true. So yeah, you've got a couple of decorative options for buckles and sliders that you can put onto your watch strap. So you could probably make it a full 3D
You could.
watch if you wanted to.
You could.
If you made yourself a nice little tube to wrap it around, pretend it was like in a presentation box,
Yes,
maybe.
that would be nice.
So yeah, you could definitely do that. And then the last one, obviously, you've got your mantle clock as well that you can turn it into as well.
So you've got your stamps here and obviously the face in the centre. is what's been stamped into here.
Yeah, it's that one, another that one, smaller circle, I
Smallest
think.
by the look of
Yeah.
it. So
And
that
of
will
course-
make your watch then.
You've also got a chain, so you could make a fob watch as well.
Yeah, we got one of them. Let me find it.
Somewhere.
Bear with. There we go.
That
so
is
we've
a
got
beautiful timepiece.
your grandfather's fob there.
A bit
further
there we go.
forward. That chain I think is lovely.
It is, yeah.
And if you do a lot of mixed media, let me come across, then you're going to use that chain a lot, I think. I think you're going to use these cogs. Gosh, I was glad I said that, Heidi, then. I was saying it without thinking.
Like every time we mention this, we're both going to hold our breath, I think.
I mean, cogs is the better one to mess
Yes.
up if you're going to mess
Yeah.
If we say clogs, that's not a problem.
Yeah, if I leave it at clogs, I may be okay. If I say any more, it may be wrong. Right.
Yeah, so as well as all of your timepiece elements, you then
Yeah.
also have all of the cogs that work with them as well.
You can have your skeleton clock and things then,
Yeah,
can't you?
exactly. And you've got a couple of different options for hands. You've got small hands for doing the smaller size clock, or you've got the bigger hands for your mantle clock.
Yeah.
So that's your dies.
So hopefully we've answered your query.
Absolutely nothing,
Hopefully.
Anne. Absolutely nothing. Just not something that we're going to say live, shall we say. So the stamps as well, we've obviously got some beautiful sentiments in here.
I love these sentiments.
all related around time. And I'm hoping that you can see these. So I need to hold them up at
Okay.
the front, maybe. Let me shimmy this around so I can show you these. And now I'm going to try and read them all backwards. So we have time up here, and then we've got to celebrate. Is that one up there?
Yep.
Sorry, it's late. Time spent. Oh, time with you is time well spent.
Yes.
One day at a. We've got a happy retirement down here. To relax. Can't read this one. Flies when you're having fun.
Yes.
Look at me go. And where has the time gone? Right down at the
Perfect.
bottom there, that one. And then you've got an hourglass on this side. You've got a lovely key. Obviously there's a lovely big alarm clock as well. And a little, this side, cog at the bottom. There we go. There's the
I
stamps.
like that one though. One day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a lovely sentiment. You know, again, your mail cards.
Mm-hmm.
This to me, even though you could make really overtly girly cards with
Absolutely.
it, I think this makes perfect mail cards without thinking too much about it. The colours in this kit, perfect for men.
Yeah.
So if you were struggling, then I think this is the kit for you. Anne was saying very posh with the leaflet.
It is. It's
It is
very fancy.
posh, isn't it?
It's a nice heavyweight one as well.
I'm afraid to pull this down, so I have missed a couple of comments.
You can do it. It's fine. Just don't
No,
pull too far. That's
Oh,
it.
it did go. It
There
did
we
go.
go.
Right. So we have. Oh, I'm petrified at this. I lost it all last time. So we have a YouTuber from. We have Judith from New Hampshire. We have Kim Rowlinson with us. We have Valerie Matthews with us. Romana from Minnesota.
Oh.
Loretta from Bristol. We have someone from Albuquerque. I love that name, Albuquerque. I saw the comment of Anne saying she loved the leaflet. What a fabulous kit, Vicky's saying. It will make fabulous mixed media projects. You're right there.
Yeah.
You really are. Papers, next one.
And this array of papers is absolutely beautiful. Some of our favourite colours.
Absolutely.
I think. We probably say that a lot, but it's because it's true. So, ocean blue.
That has got to
Love
be a
it.
favourite, isn't it? Look,
Yeah.
I even wore it to compliment.
You did. Beautiful. Now you've got a couple of printed papers as well.
Nice
so you've
ombre
got
effect
a nice
there.
red ombre on that side with a kind of delicate stripe down the middle of it. And then this side I absolutely love because it's just a fairly basic texture.
It looks like you've stained it with coffee or
But yeah,
tea.
it looks like it has
Bit of
coffee
foxing
stains
on there.
on there. Can you see that okay, Kim?
Yeah, I can see it. It's got
Okay.
like a smoky effect.
Good. As long as you can see it, because as we all know, our monitor, very pale.
It is.
We
is.
have ginger pie. I'm
I
going to actually
like
start
that one as
stacking these
well.
up so you can see this little colour palette that we've got going on. So ginger pie, and then we've got some beautiful apricot. And
But
now
they all go so well, don't they?
I think I'm going to say brick red. Yes.
I would say brick.
brick red, and we've got teal blue. Oh,
Die for that teal.
I would. I mean, already, look at that. And if you were perhaps looking at a more male palette, maybe you take out the apricot or you take out the red. You know, and you just use the blue side.
Or you just use a smaller amount of it.
Yeah, just a little bit of a pop colour. And then we get into the even prettier stuff. Our beautiful rose gold blossom foiled craft. Absolutely love it.
If you're not liking the colour on the background as well, this will take aquaflows, inks, anything like that, and you can colour the background. And then give it a polish, and it takes it all off the foiling. So the foiling stays the same, but your background will change.
Yeah, it's a brilliant tip. We've got two beautiful mirrors in this as well. So we have rose platinum, which I'm hoping you can see the actual colour of there. It's a beautiful pink. And then this is just luscious. This is opera red, which is a really
it's rich,
deep,
isn't it?
rich red colour. I think probably about there somewhere you're getting the proper colour of it. Very hard to get to show properly.
It is.
And then last but no means least, we have the beautiful Sienna Treasure speciality card as well. So all together, look at that.
That is some palette, I think.
It is. Amazing.
And even better because we had a little bit of a finger in this pie.
I was going to say, if you don't like it, it's our fault. But yeah, I think all together these colours work really beautifully.
Oh, Sharon just said 1 day at a time is her mum's motto.
Oh, that's nice.
That is lovely. And it is so true.
It is. It's a very good one to live by.
Absolutely.
So, we've done hardware, we've done paper, and now comes my favourite part, the little
Leo's
grey bag.
goodies. That's what you're going to call this one.
Leo's goodies, exactly. So, in our little grey bag this time, ooh, mixed media goodness for sure. So we've got two different mousses this time. We have a glacier paste. Now this is in bronze medal. Where did I put my little swatches?
You had to swatch on the
there
side.
We go. If I bring these in so you can see. So bronze medal is a gorgeous coppery colour, but it has a very red undertone. So if you apply it very thinly, you get more of that with just like a little bit of the mica over the top.
But that is like a copper though, isn't it? You do get a bit of red in a copper.
Absolutely. We then have a crackle mousse, which is great for kind of distressed looks. And this is in the shade Water Nymph, which is this beautiful sort of aqua.
That's lovely.
Slightly on the teal side, just not dark enough to be a teal, but very pretty turquoise. And again, depending on how you apply this, if you apply very thickly, maybe I'll go this way actually if I can. If you apply very thickly, you're going to get a very deep crack on there, and if you apply a thinner layer, you're going to get very fine cracks. And some of it will flake off. That's part of the charm of crackle mousse. It is definitely a texture style paste or mousse. And that's just, you know, it's part of the distressed effect that you can expect with that.
But you could always add a little bit of that over the top, couldn't you, to go into the cracks.
Or even underneath, depending on how you want to layer it up. Yeah, absolutely. You're then going to get two of these lovely little blending sponges, our little Eon Energy Men. If you just imagine googly eyes and dancing.
We've had them with eyes in the office.
I bet you have. We have. Which are perfect for applying both of these. You're going to get a very different kind of effect applying them with a sponge than you would say with a spatula or something like that.
I would try whatever applicators you've got. Try your brushes, try your sponges, try your spatulas, because every one of them is going to give you a different effect.
Yeah.
Try it with a baby wipe, because you're going to get a very thin effect then, so you'd have more of the reddy pinkiness coming through.
And certainly with the glacier paste, you can always water it down a bit as well if you want to. So scoop a bit out, put it onto your messy mat, add a little bit of water to thin it down, so you get a slightly different finish with that as well. Don't put water into the pot. We don't recommend that.
We don't recommend that at all.
Definitely not. Last two things then in the little grey bag of loveliness. We have a vintage drop. This one is in Bohemian Teal. Yes, it is. Vintage drops are a lovely matte finished drop. So you can see it just on my little swatch card here. It's a beautiful deep kind of teal colour. Absolutely love using that. It's one of the ones I use more often, I think, than any of the others, because it adds just that little tiny pop of colour.
I think it's because we use a lot of the ocean, and that is perfect for the ocean. Yes,
it works really nicely with that. Or if you're doing a kind of a teal, brown, copper kind of palette, this is going to be your go-to drop for that.
It is.
And then last but by no means least, we have a shimmer powder. This one is in Maroon Spark, which looks a little bit like this. So you've got a lot of kind of a deep maroon red in there, but you've also got these tiny little dots of almost blue-black as well that break it up. But
as you tilt it, you can see the sheen as well of the mica.
A lot of shimmer on there as well, which hopefully the camera is picking up for you. I love shimmer powder, as we all know. If you've seen me at any point.
You've done a few videos with shimmer powder,
just one or two. Yeah. So that is our grey bag of goodies in this kit as well. So it's an absolutely well-packed kit.
It is. I think this is rammed to the gunnels.
And I can see a couple of people like, oh, I'm so sad I've missed out. Well, you haven't. It's still available. You can still get this kit.
When is the last day that can be bought, 18th? Cam?
18th.
So yeah, this kit is available until the 18th of this month. Alison has all the prices. I wrote them down earlier.
I do. Look, she's been very good. She's given me a sheet here. She knows I'll forget. So, to buy a one-off kit in the UK is $34.99. In the US is $39.99. If you subscribe on a monthly basis, it's $29.99 in the UK, $32.99 in the US. But don't forget, even if you subscribe for the monthly, you still get to use that TCK code. And that will give automatically, you don't have to add anything in. When you buy anything in your basket, it will take 10% off it for you. So that's a bonus anyway. And then moving on again, you've got quarterly, and that is $89.97 in the UK and $97.97 in the US. With the quarterly, you are guaranteeing that every month, if we have a kit that blows everybody's mind and everybody wants it, your subscriptions are going to be sorted first. So if there's nothing left for one-offs, it'll be, I'm really, really sorry. But always the subscriptions are going to be sorted.
That's it. They go out on the 1st of the month.
Yes. They'll be shipped out on the first working day of the month.
So, what are we doing, Leo?
If you still want this kit, there is still time. You've got 3 days.
You haven't missed.
It is the 15th today, isn't it? I'm so losing track.
Yes, it is the 15th.
It's the 15th today, so yeah, you've got 3 days. If you want this one, go and grab it now, before it disappears.
I'm going to put this one back in stock.
Yeah, so we're adding one back in.
So there is one there. And it could well have your name on it.
Maybe we should sign it. We say this often, don't we? We'll sign this one and then just put it back into stock, mix it up, and it'll be a lucky dip if you get it.
Could be that lucky ticket.
Could be.
But what if you're like a new customer, never watched our videos,
and
have no idea who you
over my
are?
box? Yeah, maybe not then.
That is true. What if you bought it as a gift as well?
Oh yeah. Oops, apparently we've influenced Leah to buy it. Oops.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Yes. So you may have seen already, if you are a Kit subscriber or you've seen any of our social media posts, we did put out a cut list of the things that you're going to need to have if you're crafting along with us today. And the project that we showed...
You had a blast with this,
didn't I just? I just cut and cut and cut and cut and then stuck it all in a frame, basically. Is this actually going to be... Oh, it just fits. So this is what I have made, and we're going to be doing a slightly scaled back version of this. I'm going to do this for a card front today, but I will show you how I finish the frame because it is incredibly easy as we go along. And I actually need to turn this around because I don't remember how I made this. It's been that long and I've been on holiday since then, so this is going to be fun for me too.
It'll be fine.
Vicky just says, can I take this opportunity to wish you all the very best to you and your future wife, Cam?
Aww.
Have a wonderful wedding day. Sending lots of love from Vicky.
Oh, thanks, babe.
That's lovely.
It's nearly less than a month away. In 5 days, it'll be a whole month.
Wow.
And
how many more yogurts have you got to eat, Cam?
I think we got one more left at our house, and then I've given some to my mum. Hopefully they have eaten all of them because there's like 6 of them in the house that I go, so hopefully they're all gone.
So there was a mission to find the perfect jar for wedding favours, and it turns out that the perfect jar is actually an Aldi yogurt.
Yes. And
so Cam has bought a lot of yogurt and has eaten a lot of yogurt and found out that he's slightly lactose intolerant as a result.
That's not good. No, that is not good. You're not going to eat another yogurt after this.
No, I tend to stick to the vegan yogurts, but yeah,
I
the
think I
got
should.
full fat yogurts. They've hurt a little.
Oh dear.
What did I see? Anna said she's used Ruth's idea of making 3D projects for this.
I see. She made a tin as well.
Oh, did she? Oh, I haven't got
We don't
the
have
tin.
that. I don't think she sent that one in.
So this is a lovely 3D little clock, and the closure is a little magnet on the side. Now you know we love magnets. It's always got to be magnets, isn't it?
That'd be a lovely little gift box though, and very simple too, because
Absolutely.
it's literally just like what, 1.5 inch piece of card,
Yeah.
maybe 2 inch, and then scored, and just
So you got the front and the back of the big clock in your set, and then
Just a
a strip,
nice and easy.
a strip with score on the sides, so you can put the tabs around the sides up to. Hang on, where am I? Oh, wrong side. So if I lift it that way, can you see where the tabs are coming up to?
Which camera are we looking at? 4?
That one.
Oh, should we go there?
That one? Yeah.
There we are. So the tabs are coming up to the edge. So they're coming up to this little join here. And then you've got a score line and then a plain piece around the top. And then that then just sits in place. So that is a really clever little idea. I think obviously for men's cards, but retirement.
Yeah, this definitely is a very retirement heavy set, I would say. But
I
then
think so.
you give watches traditionally for like 18th and 21st
You do.
birthdays as well. Kind
You
of big
do.
milestone birthdays.
Yeah.
So you tend to get things like that.
And again in this one, you've got the watch there. Like you said, you can put it into a box. Very male orientated then. Again, you could make it very pretty for girlies, but classic for men. So Linda says she loves the clock.
Oh, me too.
They
very
are
pretty.
amazing. But I just love these cogs. I think you're going to use these for lots of backgrounds. Because I think they're just clever.
There's just so many different shapes and sizes of them as well. So there's your lovely clock, your mantle clock piece. And then all of these different cogs that you've got going on. Look at them all. And I just cut a whole bunch of these in various different papers from the kit.
But you wouldn't think there was this many in that little set.
No, that's it. So some of them I've cut into again with the smaller circle. So that's the same one. I've just cut into it again. Some of them I've left whole. There's all kinds of different bits and pieces. Like I said, I kind of need to remind myself what I'm doing here. This is a yes, I know I need to do something on the background, so we'll probably start with that because I'm going to need that to dry. So
turn it around a little
turn
bit.
this around so I can remember what I did.
So I think you've used your stencil on the top and bottom corners, looking at that.
Yeah, and I'm going to say I went with the crackle first. So we'll do
I
that.
would say that.
So from all of this,
With your lovely pattern.
oh yes, do I have the stencil? I hope I do.
Carrie says the clock reminds her of Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yes,
It does. So this, perhaps you've got Disney characters. What about making this with a Disney, with Belle? Is it Belle?
Yep.
Belle is Beauty and the Beast, isn't she?
Yeah.
And Cogsworth. That would be a fabulous project. Where's the cut list? Can we put a copy of the cut list
I'm
up?
trying to find that now for you.
Excellent. While you're
Thank you
doing
very
that,
much,
I
Cam.
shall break back into my kit. So yes, this one is going back into stock, and then this is the one that
This
I
one
have
is not.
used. Well loved kit. This
Absolutely.
So mousse number 1, paste. I've got sponge. Gonna need my drop as well. And I think I ended up spatulaing that. I did. Okay.
Your spatula was in the bag, so I think you probably did.
Apparently I've not opened that. Oh no.
Yes, you have. I can see
Yeah.
ink on there.
I was so good I put it back in the bag.
You gave it a clean and all.
Doesn't sound like me, does it?
Oh, you do. You were very good. You usually put everything back neat and tidy. It's usually my desk that looks the mess.
Yeah, I can see now the bits of paste around the edges. Anyway, so
We won't talk about that.
we won't talk about that. I'm actually going to move these off here as well because I'm going to grab in my messy mat.
How are we doing with the cut list? Are we any?
Yeah, I'm just making sure that I've got the right link so people
Excellent.
can't get into our Dropbox.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from
That
the
would be
cut
an
list,
oops.
Yes, that
It
would be a
would
big
be.
oops.
I have, so this is your patterned paper. So I've cut a square of this. And if I remember rightly, oh look, I wrote it down.
You
Oh,
are
good.
good. You are good.
Pre-holiday me obviously had her head screwed on. So this is 7-inch square or 17.8 centimetre square. And I've tried to keep one of the nice big sort of coffee stains in the corner as well. Because I'm going for a distressed look in the background, I might as well use what the paper already has for me. And I'm just going to add some of the crackle mousse around the edges. Where's my craft pick? I don't really want this all under my nails.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
I don't want to
Look,
be
you've
that
even
messy.
coordinated your nails as well.
That was, oh no, I did intentionally do that. You're quite right. That was my 8:30 last night thought. Oh yes. Until last night, I actually had naked nails, which will be a big surprise to a lot of people. I know.
I'm not sure I've ever seen you with naked nails.
Do you always coordinate your nails for these videos? Because they always seem very on point with the videos.
I can neither confirm nor deny that is.
Because if you look at the
something
Christmas
that I do.
Magic one, they're the exact same colours of the Christmas Magic trend.
Well, maybe I went and bought those specially. Who would know? So I am going to.
That would be a yes.
My wife is rolling her eyes at me at this moment.
Okay, so the link is in the box there for the Craftalong, and it looks like you can print it out.
Oh yeah, I
and
did a
keep
little
it.
checklist this time, so you can tick off as you cut all your pieces.
Oh, excellent.
Very handy.
And Linda says her son turns 40 in December. I think this would make the clock box and the mini album.
Oh,
That would be nice.
that would be nice.
What a lovely birthday present.
Yeah, that would be cute. I like that idea.
I do as well.
I like that a lot.
Leah's saying naked nails, naked Leo nails.
I know, unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. But every now and again, it's good to let them breathe, you know. So, piece number 1, and I haven't made it fully like all the way to the edge because I want this to be just a bit random,
Absolutely.
not too neat or too
And you
uniform.
don't want to cover that coffee stain.
No, I
either.
do not. And I'm going fairly heavy with my crackle mousse. Like I said earlier, the more you add, the bigger the cracks that you're going to get. So just bear that in mind. If you want really fine little cracks, then you're going to want to apply less mousse. And I'm just literally smushing it through the stencil. Nice and easy.
Karen from Arkansas has joined us as well.
Welcome.
Hello, Karen. Hope you're enjoying this. Hope you've got your cutouts all ready. Or go back and watch the video again and have your cutouts ready then.
Has this inspired anyone other than Leah to go and buy the kit? Sorry for calling you out there, Leah.
She is naughty, isn't she?
I am. I shouldn't let her watch. That would stop her buying, wouldn't it? Okay.
It wouldn't.
Last little bit of this. And while I'm doing this, so with the frame that I have put the finished project into, I have done exactly the same process on the frame as I'm doing onto the paper. So with the spatula and my stencil, I just went and applied the crackle mousse, and the kind of underlayer is the glacier paste, and I applied that with a sponge. And I shall show you that in just a second. I can't remember.
Carmen is asking about the mat.
Ooh.
It's not magnetic, but it's got a non-stick
Cling back.
cling back to
Yeah.
it, and it's called our Easy.
Easy clean mat.
Yes, I thought it was. I was hoping you'd confirm what I was thinking. Easy Clean Mat, and it should be on the website.
I'll find it now.
Oh, there we are. Carmel put a link up for you.
Oh, do we not have Blake on the links today?
No, he's off ill. He's
Oh,
got
is
his
he?
partner's cold.
Oh no.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So that is my crackly mousse. All nice.
But this mat is fabulous because you can just take it out of the way. You can do all your messy stuff and then just move the mat out of the way and then carry on.
exactly the plan that I have for today.
Absolutely.
So pop the lid back on that.
Leah says you're a terrible influence on a bank balance.
Sorry.
She's not really.
sorry.
She's not really. Don't believe her.
So I'm
So
gonna wipe this off because I am going to use my spatula again. And I'm going to give that, it's not going to dry fully obviously because that's not going to happen in this very short amount of time, but I'm going to give it just a minute or two to one side while I bring in the actual frame. So I'm just going to put that there. If I bring this back in, I can show you hopefully a little bit more what I did. So for the outside of the frame, I used a sponge, so exactly one of the sponges that comes in the kit this time. I picked some of the glacier paste out, put it onto my mat and picked it up with the sponge and just sponged all the way around the outside. I masked off the glass first of all. If you're keeping the glass in your frame, you're probably going to want to do that because trying to get the paste back off the glass, not so easy. But you'll get this kind of texture, so you'll see in some spots you've got just more of the red coming through. In other places where the paste is a little bit thicker, you've got more of the copper kind of sheen. And then once that was dry, I went back over with the stencil and the spatula and the crackle mousse and applied that feature as well. And then you'll notice that some of it has flaked off. Like I said, that is part of the joy of crackle mousse. It is a distressed texture. Some of it will flake and peel, but I think that adds to
that gives a lovely texture to it though. It gives it that nice aged effect.
Yep. And you've still got then the colour of the glacier paste underneath as well. And then once that was all dried, I just added some of the extra cog cutouts around the edge and of course some drops.
Beautiful.
There you go. I've remembered half of what I did.
Look at you go. Regina, I'm really sorry if yours was one of the comments I lost.
Oh,
I am so sorry.
she didn't mean to.
I know, I'm just not very savvy with these things.
It's because it's on a tablet, so if you pull down too quickly, it just refreshes the page rather than lets you scroll.
I know. And I'm used to an Android, and this is the other one.
Apple.
That's the one. That's the one.
That's the one, yeah.
Hello, Kathy. Kathy's joined us as well, and Linda's saying effects of time.
It is the effects of time, exactly. So,
and seeing as it's a timepiece,
yep, that
that's
makes
even
sense.
more appropriate, isn't it?
Absolutely is.
Okay. I was going to say, with the clocks, is there any way of like making them go, I don't know how to explain it, but like backwards? Because my grandpa's Irish and he's always had an Irish clock in his kitchen.
Right.
It's very confusing for a child learning the time. Is there any way of doing that?
Could you?
You could reverse.
Doubling kind of thing, and reversing.
The numbers would all be back to front though as well, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah.
And I don't even think you could do it with the die. I guess you could.
What if we did it back to front with the die? Yeah, you could.
No, because
you couldn't leave it back to front.
I don't think there is.
Oh, it's a shame.
No.
You'd have to flip.
You'd have to write it in.
Wouldn't it?
I think it wouldn't be too difficult to write it in. So you could maybe mask out the numbers in this stamp it, and then just write in the numbers the wrong way round. That would be doable.
It would. I'm just looking at this. Say Leah's saying I sound like a mum. Oh, bless. Means you've got to give your mum a ring now later.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's the only way you'd be able to do it. If you masked out the numbers on the watch face stamp.
And then put them in afterwards.
Just write them in by hand. That would be quite good.
I mean, they're quite a classic font anyway. So you could write these in because they're a nice big font. If I show you that. You know, it's quite big, so you could just write with a very fine tip pen. You could write that in. You
could even, print it on a computer and die cut out. So if you printed it the wrong way round and just die cut it out with one of the dies to add onto your clock as well. That'd be a nice idea.
That is very true. That is very true.
A split pin would help with turning the hands.
It
would.
It would, Dan. You know, the tiny, tiny ones, because you can get them so small now, can't you?
Yeah, we've got some teeny tiny little brads upstairs, haven't we?
Oh, Regina's watching while she's at work. Naughty. But thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we support it. It's fine.
And she's in South Carolina.
Oh, very nice.
Hope it's sunny where you are.
So we're kind of feeling a bit
We've
autumnal.
had a little bit of sun this week, haven't we? But the cardigans are back on. And
I mean, I'm still being brave.
You were going to be in thermals by the time we get back from your holiday.
Oh, I know. I'm not looking forward to that. Coming back from a warm country to autumnal Wales is going to be Not so much fun.
I don't think it would be. I'm not a
Never
fan of the
mind.
cold weather.
Put that back in there. Right, I'm going to pull some of this out.
That's a nice little tip though, that you've just cut around the edge.
Yeah, so I
you
just
can
went
put
round.
your foil back in.
I have a feeling I actually went round with my craft pick and just went, and I just do it so it will peel open, not all the way, because then it does help to keep it nice and...
All these products are water based, so if any air does get into them, over time they will dry out because they are only made of water. There's no oil in there or glycerin or anything like that. So try and keep them, if you're not using them, keep the lid on them, keep it tight, keep them away from hot areas.
Yeah.
Try and keep them a little bit cool.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Kim says Kim, that's right, says she's never heard of a clock going backwards. And she's Northern Irish.
Well, my grandpa's also Northern Irish, but I wouldn't say it's going backwards.
I have seen the clock go backwards.
The one is on the other side where like your 10s and your 9s are.
I've seen that.
My partner, her other side of the family are Irish as well, also Northern Irish. They didn't have an Irish clock, but they had an Irish mug.
Right.
The handle's inside.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Seen that.
And I don't know why. It doesn't seem very practical, but
No.
it's just quite funny.
I think that the mug is just taking the mickey.
Yeah, but the clock one always like I got quite used to like reading it backwards, and obviously like as a kid having to learn the time is very confusing because the school's teaching you one way and you're just like, but my clock at home is not the same.
That's not what I see.
No.
I remember having a watch once and all it had was a diamond at 12 o'clock. And the rest of it, you guessed.
Oh, that's confusing.
But you get used to it. You do get used to where the arms should be at a certain time. It was fine.
Yeah, but he didn't want this. He didn't want this Irish clock to break and down him. But he had it for. It was older than me, much older than me, and it like was taped together and everything. Eventually, he had given up hope on it, and so I got him one for Christmas. Very hard to find one.
I bet.
Yeah. But even after him moaning he needed a new one, didn't put up for after like 2 years. It's terrible. You give him a Christmas present and he puts it on the side for 2 years and then eventually he uses it.
My grandmother used to you give a box of chocolates and she'd wrap it back up and put it in the wardrobe. Like you say, 2 years' time they'd probably come out and they're all white and yucky and nobody wants them then, do they?
Oh, she wasn't a re-gifter then. She just send it on to somebody else.
Carrie is saying you could use a light box to trace the clock numbers.
Yes.
That is one way
very
you
much
could
do
do
that.
it. Or on a window. Put it up against a window and trace it that way.
That's a good idea. So ordinarily, I would suggest that you allow one mousse to dry before you apply the other one over the top.
Kim is saying it's because they call us stupid.
Oh,
Kim, I would never ever say that.
No, definitely not.
With a name like Whelan, what am I going to say, you know? I can say nout. My husband's family were Irish.
I'm sure we've got some Irish somewhere along the line. And then we spent a couple of years in Ireland as well, not so long ago.
Yes, you did.
We were down in lovely, not so sunny Cork.
I was saying to my husband last night, something came on telly about Scotland. And I said, I'd love to tour around Scotland.
Yeah.
But I also want to do Ireland. Because my husband's family were from, I got to get it, Wexford I think they were from. And I'd love to go and see that area because I've never been there. I did go to Kilkenny, I think I went, and Killarney. Where's the Blarney Stone? We went there.
That's on one of the kills, I think.
Yeah, we went there. We went to the Circle of, I want to say Dingle. But I might have got that wrong as well. It's a couple of years ago. Kim's saying Ireland is beautiful.
It is.
It is beautiful. And I have seen little bits of it, but I only saw a small bit. And I'd like to see more. I think we just saw the west side. So it was quite... It was a bit like Wales. I gotta say, it did look a bit like West Wales over there. And you had lots and lots of Irish music in the bars. That's the one thing I do remember. So I knew all the songs by the time I came home. I've forgotten them again now, mind.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, you don't want me singing any of them. You don't want me singing a Welsh song, let alone an Irish song.
No.
You don't want me singing. So Simply Crafty Creations has joined us from South Carolina.
Welcome.
Wow. You're all early birds today.
I know.
Linda is saying to use press and seal cling wrap to maintain products.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That is another idea I've heard. Once you've opened your product, put it over the top, then screw your lid on.
Yeah.
So that will keep the air out of them. So that is good.
Okay, so I've done a very quick clean-up job with my stencil. Once you've used mousse or any kind of paste or stencil, do go and give it a good thorough wash. Not just a quick
put it in a bowl.
Yeah, give it a good soak, because otherwise you might find that it does. Oh, I need one. Never mind. You might find that it does kind of dry up in the stencil and be very hard to clean out then. So just getting the worst of that off. Get that off.
Can't have those nails messed up.
Oh, I don't mind so much about the nails. I just don't want to leave it all over my cogs.
No, you don't want it on your cogs.
Okay, I'm just going to leave all of my mess there.
And that's how perfect these little mats are.
Exactly. You know, you just, all the messy stuff on it, and you can just peel it up and take the whole lot to the sink, which is a lot easier to carry than your glass mat.
Absolutely. You've done a little bit of shimmer powder in on there as well.
I've just noticed that myself, and I don't think
we haven't done
water,
have we?
No. Do you know when sometimes you do these things? You're like, before I do that live, I will remember too, and then that live comes around.
You've had a holiday in between.
Yeah,
you had holiday number 1 in between. So when you were doing it, you could put a little bit of shimmer powder on some of your cogs as well.
Yeah, so I think I shimmered half a sheet of the apricot cardstock. Hold on, let me bring it in. So you can see some of these up here. I shimmered half a sheet of the apricot cardstock, let it dry fully, and then I die cut out a couple of cogs just as a little extra pop of colour. I don't know, did I not bring that down? Did I not keep that? Bear with. Let me...
have you got your half a sheet?
I'm wondering if maybe I have.
Because I could go and cut some off there if you want me to.
Maybe I did do that, Alison. Maybe that was my plan.
Kim is saying she needs to replace some of her mousses. You can, if you're very patient, Kim, even if they're rock hard, you can keep adding either a distilled water or... What's the other one?
Isn't it ionized?
De-ionized water. And you just keep mixing it. It does take quite a lot of water. You'll be surprised how much it takes to rejuvenate it. But you can do it. Or you use it to paint with. You take a little nugget out that's dry, mix it with water on your palette, and then you can paint with it. So don't put them in the bin.
No.
There's still uses you can use with them.
When I first read that comment, I was reading mouses, so
mouses.
I was so confused. I kept reading it. I was like, surely not. What is she doing to mouses?
What's he saying, Kim?
not mouses, no, mooses.
Do you want me to cut some?
Sure, if you wouldn't mind.
I don't mind. I'm just going to leg it for a minute.
I'm sure we could fit a couple of the smaller ones on here.
Oh, Kim says she has painted with them. Another question of the mat, is it just 12 by 12?
Doesn't it come with the...
It comes with your extra large mat,
Yeah.
but you can buy them separate as well.
I think when you buy them separately, they're 12 by 12, is that right?
Are we
Have a little
talking
check.
about is it?
The Easy Clean mat.
Yeah. That's 14 by 14 inches.
14 by 14.
So you could cut it down. You could cut it down into half, I would say, because that's probably about 7.
Yeah, maybe that's what you did.
I think
You
that's
cut
what
that
it
down.
is. I may have, because we had 2 of them stuck together. So maybe I did cut them in a previous day. I don't know.
So since then.
I have.
Sophie Louise, where did you get the dress with bunting and teacups? Well, we've not mentioned them today, so probably we should.
Haven't.
Our dresses are from Popsy, a lovely British
We
company.
love a Popsy dress.
Yeah, we do. Just 1 or 2 right now.
Only 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Only 1 or 2. They are the most comfortable dresses I think I've ever worn.
And
don't
this
know
dress
what
is
else to
appropriately
say.
called Lizzie, so I thought I'd wear that today.
I'm looking for a bit of tape now.
Oh, there's a couple of bits of second-hand tape on the side of the tangerine.
That'll do nicely. I know I'm going to be really naughty, but I am going to tape these
She's going to
down.
die cut all of them in one go. Don't
I know.
look, okay? Just
Yeah,
don't look. So while you're doing that, I'm going to assemble my clock to give the rest of my project the most amount of drying time possible. Why did I not do a here's one I made earlier, Al? Why do you think I might not have done
I
it?
don't know. We've had a bit of a busy week, mind, this week, haven't we?
A little bit.
We've been doing some samples for packaging, for things that are coming up.
Oh yes, I made some samples for not the next kit, but the one after
You did,
that I can't tell you about.
but
'Cause I'm
it's
a big
going to be
tease.
coming.
It's a lovely kit, so I think you're going to enjoy that one.
And again, that could be a little bit male as well, couldn't it?
Sophie Louise says she was hoping it was from somewhere else because the Pops one is sold out. I believe they're doing a rerun, aren't they, of the Jubilee dresses?
I thought so. Have you looked at it?
They
We're doing lots of advertising here.
They have a Facebook group for pre-loved dresses, and people do tend to sell them on, so it might be worth having a look on that. Can I see what you're doing right now? I went to wash my stencils. Sure. So Alison is just die cutting for me. I remembered that I didn't have any of these, so what I had done is I'd used the shimmer powder on half a sheet of the apricot cardstock, which you can see here, and Alison was just die cutting a couple of the additional cogs for me from that, just so I've got a couple of little extra pops of colour to put into my project.
If you've never used a shimmer powder though, how do we use a shimmer powder?
Well, what I tend to do is cut my sheets down. I find it easier to work on a smaller piece of paper. I have either a messy mat or wipe clean, easy clean
You've
mat.
got a piece over there, haven't you?
Have I got a piece?
You've got one done.
Oh yeah, there you go. This is a good example of the kind of size I would cut it down to. Especially if I'm die cutting small pieces, I would tend to do a small piece of cardstock. I then either put it onto one of the easy clean mats, or I have my little spray booth upstairs to contain the mess.
These make perfect spray booths.
Yes,
Yeah,
the kit boxes are
boxes.
brilliant for that. And then if you don't want the paper to curl too much, you can tape down the edges as well with a low tack tape. That's quite a common trick to sort of stop the curling, because obviously you're going to be adding water to your cardstock, so it is going to start to curl. A couple of taps of the shimmer powder over the top and then spritz with water, or vice versa. You can spritz with water and then add
I tend to put a little bit of water first, and then a little bit of a sprinkle, and then I'll put more water.
Mm-hmm.
Dry it then, or either leave it dry or you can heat dry it, and you get a different effect with both. And if you've got areas that you think, oh, I don't really like that area, you could add a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then another little bit of water, obviously.
That's it. So you can see, like, around the edges here, I've not added as much water, so it's more just the kind of speckles of powder that have just been very lightly activated. Whereas here I had sort of a big puddle of water, so it kind of runs together a bit more. And if you don't like that, like if you've got a big puddle, you can just dab it very lightly with a bit of tissue and pull up some of the liquid as well. But shimmer powder is one of those things that we say, play with it.
Have a play.
Yeah, definitely.
Have an afternoon or something where you get all your shimmer powders out, you do all your backgrounds, you can have them all drying around the room, and then when you want to go and die cut, then they're all ready. So you can either die cut into that, or you use it as a backing plate with your die cut on top of it, and they look beautiful either way. Doesn't matter which. I love
it.
them.
So Anne is saying that she likes to use it in a glitter mister.
Yes.
Yes, we love doing that as well.
That gives you a stunning effect. I didn't think it was going to make any difference at all, but you get the finest spray with a glitter mister, and it gives you a totally different effect. You don't get blobs, do you?
You get a very fine misting. So if you wanted just a very light bit of colour, glitter mister is the way to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, Regina says she uses a baby wipe on her card first, then shimmer powder, then spritz with water.
Nice.
Now I haven't tried that.
No,
but that is one to do. I like that idea.
It's a very
Anybody
good idea.
else got any tips?
Yeah, how do you use yours?
Sapphire said she went to wash her stencil earlier.
Ah, there we go. Good job. Definitely wash the stencil. You do not want all of the mousse drying in that, trust me. So I'm just going to start layering up all of my clock pieces. I'm using my lovely little fine precision nib on my deluxe adhesive. I'm so happy that we can use these downstairs. Is all I'm going to say on that. For the longest time we were testing them upstairs and we were not able to talk about them or use them or show them or mention them, and then trying to glue with the thick nib when you're so used to using the fine one.
Absolutely.
We may have struggled a little bit with that once or twice.
Oh, I think more than that. So if you saw we had glue everywhere, that was the reason
That's
why.
right. So what I've done here is I've layered up my two sentiment pieces. This is the Good Time sentiment. I've got it in ginger pie and ocean blue, and just to give it a bit of a drop shadow, oh, I did it the other way, never mind. I've put the ginger pie behind the ocean blue, and then I'm going to stick them both onto this lovely little bit of opera red
Oh, beautiful.
over the top. So back to my lovely little fine glue nib. Run some glue around the edge.
You can take credit, Anne, because sometimes you just need a little reminder, don't you? Anne says she had it from me, an idea I used.
Ah,
But I'm happy to share the idea.
absolutely. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
Sharing the ideas, and
I'm looking forward to seeing the projects made with this kit, though.
I am.
I know we say this about everything, but you come up with so many ideas. We tend to be given either a die set or a kit or something, and we have a limited amount of time to think what we're going to do with it, because obviously we've got other things to do. But when you've got time to sit and think at home, you come up with so many more ideas that haven't even entered our heads yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the ones I like to see, because you're just amazing. The group is so vibrant at the moment.
And inspirational as well. There's a lot of things going in there.
Absolutely. And if you're stuck for an idea, the Facebook group is where you want to be, because somebody will give you an idea there.
Okay, these are rather too big scissors for me to be doing this, but what I'm going to do, because I've got this tiny little border of the ginger pie just around the edge, I want to get rid of that so it's only the ocean that's on the front. Normally I would use some slightly smaller
Do you want
scissors.
to see if there's a smaller one over there?
No, I'm sure I can manage with these chunky boys. I'm just literally going to run right around the very edge.
You are brave.
You watch me cut right through the middle.
No, you just glue the two together then.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Boop. And there's that tiny little sliver has come off the edge, and now all you can see over the front
Lovely.
is that lovely ocean blue piece. So then I have my two mantle clock sort of pieces, one in ocean blue and again one in ginger pie, and I've cut the little details into the ginger pie one. And I'm going to layer these two together next. So I'm going to switch glue. Let me just... So yeah, if you are using the precision nib, just make sure that you take off any glue that's on the end before you put the pin back in, and don't leave it without the pin in.
No, no. Regina says that she puts the baby wipe on the back and the front because it helps with the warp of the card.
Yes, that makes sense. So it's something that I tend to do. If I am embossing or heat embossing, I'll make sure that I run over the back with the heat embosser as well once I'm done, because that helps to unwarp it. You know, it kind of curls one way.
Yeah.
Because you've removed the moisture from the card, and adding the moisture to both sides will, I guess, do the same thing.
Absolutely. Clever
makes sense.
idea though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So just a little bit of glue on there, and I'm actually going to move this up so it's not fully lined up.
I like that little bit of shadow though.
Just a tiny little bit of extra ocean showing at the top. Hopefully you can just see that. Yeah. You shouldn't really notice it at the bottom. You'll see the tiny little bit here. It just gives you an extra little bit of dimension. So pop that there. And then I actually cut, this piece was from the bottom. And I'm going to snip this off right along this little row of dots. Ooh.
Oh, here goes. Do you want a trimmer?
Nah. You're being
You were brave
today.
today.
This is why big scissors were invented. So you can do one quick, straight, hopefully.
I love the satisfaction when you feel it going between each dot.
Boop. Just like that. There we go. Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
I'm going to put this along the bottom.
This is it rust? No, opera red you said,
Opera,
wasn't it?
Yeah. It's quite close to
It
rustic
is.
dusk.
Rustic dusk is lovely, but
Slightly more brown.
yeah, and this is more red, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's like a very deep.
It's very autumnal colour,
It is.
I think.
Yeah.
You know, if you're making home decor now for the autumn, this would be a lovely,
It
just a
would.
little pop of that, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Could you imagine if you had all of your leaves and all these lovely, deep, rich
Or
colours?
your acorns.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there's another piece we shall pop to the side so the glue can dry on those, and I shall move on to my clock face. I'm going to switch glue nibs again. Backwards and forwards today.
That's all right. That's why you got the two for.
Exactly. And a bit of glue around the edge of this. This is so handy for these tiny fine die cuts though. How did we cope before?
I don't know.
Because we used to think that the nib on the deluxe glue anyway was
And
a
it
fine
was.
nib.
It was. But this is even finer. So if you haven't tried them, oh gosh, you must.
Yeah, you really should. They are.
They come in a pack of 2.
That's it. So you definitely do need to do a little bit of like extra maintenance with them. Like I say, make sure you clean out the glue before you put the pin in. If you feel any resistance when you're trying to put the pin in, that means that there's already some glue in there. Clean that out first.
And as if by magic, the Nuvo adhesive appears as well as the precision nozzles. Noddles, I was going to say that. Oh no, it's just the nozzles.
Very nice.
We need the Nuvo now.
I will do the new one now.
Yeah. Nice bit of deluxe.
Thank you.
Do we have
Thank
deluxe
you.
back in stock, Cam?
Oh.
I think so. I think I saw it selling today.
Ooh.
I think it was in America, wasn't it?
Check now.
Anna's saying she loves the fine nozzles.
Me too.
Oh, I
Cannot
think-
craft without them anymore.
I know.
Okay. Let's
Yes,
layer
there
this
is stock in the UK.
Oh, excellent.
I
And
thought
US?
I saw that. Check now.
We like to check for both sides of the pond.
up. That we do. Don't want to leave anyone out.
No, it's not in
No.
the US. No.
Sold out in the US.
Mm.
Oh dear.
Hopefully we'll have more soon. It's one of those things that is never out of stock for very long, thankfully. I can't quite tell. Should this be at an angle? What do we think? Should Good Times be at a jaunty angle?
It looks nice at a jaunty angle.
It could be.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, we love a bit of a jaunt.
So, pop that onto there. I'm going to add on my little hands as well. What time are we at? 3 minutes past 4. Should we go for that?
That sounds good to me.
Oh, probably a little hand first. Little hand first, big hand first. I don't have a manual watch anymore.
Little hand. A big hand first.
Yeah.
Yeah, little hand goes on top. Oh, look at me looking. I haven't got a...
I don't remember the last time I had an actual watch on my wrist and not a...
I would say big first, then little.
There we go. We'll go with that. If there are any watchmakers out there that would like to scream at me that I'm doing this wrong, then feel free. So, there's the 3-ish. Ish.
Absolutely, that's fine. We love an ish.
An approximation. And, oh, hold on. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I was right. There we go. And then pop some foam pads on the back of this.
That's lovely.
It's the colours, they're just
It is the colours.
pretty.
I think colours change things. You know, if you did this in another colour, it would look totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you changed a couple of the colours, maybe bring in some browns into it.
Yeah.
Or even go a bit lighter with, you could bring your peaches and your creams and things like that into it as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Very pretty. And you could even just scrap the entire palette that's in here and start with something
Go
new.
for wherever. Go with your blacks and greys. And
Yes.
that would be a nice one.
Or if you are doing it as a gift.
I think the cogs and things would look very Halloweeny.
Yes, you could definitely get like a spooky clock going on.
I'm thinking you could.
Okay, so there is my little mantle clock. All finished off. So,
That's lovely.
time to start assembling this all together. Oh, let me just get rid of that. There's the one with the pin. There it is. See, got to do it right now.
You have got to do it right.
If you ever do get a blockage in your nozzle, we have fishing line upstairs that we take the nozzle off and just run a piece of fishing line through it.
And it will clear it.
Or if you have a very fine pin or something like that. you can do it
Sometimes the
that way.
hat pins.
Yeah.
Check they're not too big first though.
Yes. So this is still ever so slightly damp. I wouldn't recommend gluing all these pieces on while your mousse is still damp, but here we are.
Needs must.
Yes, I didn't remember to do a Blue Peter style here's one I did earlier, so onward, shall we say. So I'm gonna glue on my biggest cog pieces first, and I love these like huge circles with all these little cogs around the outside. I keep saying it right. It's gonna go wrong soon, I'm sure.
Stop saying it.
I am going to. So I'm going to put some glue on a couple of these, but I'm going to hang this.
A couple of cards as well. This is a nice one. This says, "Happy retirement. Where has the time gone?"
Oh, that's a nice
Indeed.
sentiment.
Where does the time go? So here we are. If I bring this in on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, we go front.
Going that way, going that way.
While you were gluing, I thought I'd show this. There we
Move
are.
that so you don't squidge the glue over it.
Try not to. So you've got a nice little, jaunty angle there. Even more jaunty with me holding it not straight. And then your cogs added in the background. That is really pretty. I like the key in the front as well. But they are nice little sentiments there. And then obviously we've made, who's this one? This is Christine. She's made more of the cogs in this one. That is lovely as well. That sheen in the background as well is really pretty. So she's used it to emboss.
Oh, nice. So she's embossed with the stencil.
She's embossed with the stencil. See the background there?
Mm-hmm.
On the platinum rose. So that is another nice effect. And she's put a little bit of the glacier paste on top.
Just to kind of bring that out.
Yeah,
I really like that.
that's lovely.
And yeah, that's another thing we don't talk about often enough, that you can run your stencils through your tangerine and emboss with them using your green mats, and I can't remember which way around they go, so...
Oh gosh, I gotta think of this one now. Give me a minute to think.
Is it stencil cardstock rubber mat? So the rubber pushes the paper into the stencil?
I have a whole blog page on this.
Do you?
Have you?
Oh,
go
even
on,
better. That saves us having to try and tax our poor brains trying to remember.
I forget every time, and we usually get it wrong.
Yeah,
don't
we run it through the wrong way the first time and it does nothing, and then we do it the right way.
That's right. So even if you have run it through the wrong way, you won't get it wrong the second
No,
time.
exactly.
Carmen is saying she loves this. I think she's talking about the cards.
It is a beautiful card.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Okay, so I'm just trimming off the edges. And any of these pieces that you trim off the edge, stick them back on in a different place.
Yes.
It's still very wet.
Oh, is it? Oh dear.
Oopsie. Note to self. Make a here's one I made earlier background in future. Not a problem. We will survive. There we go. Grab that
You've
bit.
got baby wipes, you'll be fine.
It's all the more fun if I end up covered in mousse and glue.
Absolutely,
and
that's all
goodness
part
only
of
knows what
it.
else.
Hello, Jen. How are
Hi,
you?
Jen.
Hope you're feeling okay.
Glue. Oh. Yeah. It's got to that point of the afternoon now. I'm throwing things around.
Oh dear. Can't have that.
Not throwing my toys out the pram.
You don't waste anything.
Gosh, no, put it back on. So where's this going to sit best? Probably that
yeah,
corner.
I like that.
So pop that along that edge.
Because this all brings the depth in then, doesn't it?
Pop that on there.
So to emboss it, you want your embossing plate.
Go on, it's on the ball, yeah.
Yeah, you want your embossing plate, and then you want your embossing mat?
Yeah.
And then you got your paper, then your stencil, and then the white plate on top.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
That's exactly what Anna's just said. Karen's joined us as well. Hello,
Hi, Karen. I'm demonstrating very, very well why you should allow your mousse to dry.
Absolutely.
Before you build your
but
background.
it'll be distressed.
It will be very distressed.
It'll be distressed.
Jen says she hears a new voice. Yes.
That
lovely
is Cam. Cam is on the cameras.
Cam, the cameraman. I'm going to make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to stick my background to my other mat. So I have a mat that I've cut in the teal blue. That is 7 7/8 by 7 7/8, which is 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres.
Regina says baby wipes the answer to every crafter's question,
Absolutely.
no matter what the question is.
Yeah, if we
agree.
If we ran out of baby wipes or glue, we would have to stop crafting.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine our room without baby wipes and glue?
We would not get much done.
I don't think we would.
Okay. I'm trying very hard now not to mash my...
I think you've done a bit of mashing there.
never mind. It adds to the effect, right? So I'm just going to dab that over those cogs and we'll call it how it's meant to be.
That is how it's meant to be.
Yes. So, did you move the baby wipes? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's alright. I can reach.
There's one by you. I don't know what's on there.
That's alright. I've made this one dirty now.
I think that's a clean one.
And the state of my hands. Yeah.
Have two.
Thanks. Thanks,
Just 'cause you
Mammy
can.
Ali.
Just 'cause you can.
Okay. And then I'm just going to carry on basically layering more cogs over my background. I'm going to add them in, just glue them on, put them on with foam pads and so on, just to get as much depth and dimension as I can without sticking myself to
But this
my
is a
project.
nice little, it's a mixed media project obviously because we're using lots of textures and lots of pastes, but it's not scary.
No.
You know, everything you need, you've got in this box anyway. I think the only thing possibly is a palette knife.
Yes, that's the only thing that I've used is that spatula. But if you don't have a spatula, you can use any plastic card that you've got.
Credit card.
Credit card, yeah, exactly.
Anything. Hello, Monica.
Hi, Monica, welcome in. So, add a bit of that down. What else have I got?
I love you the way it shows your fingerprints as soon as you touch it and then they disappear.
Boop. I'm obviously a little bit warm today.
I think you must be. Hot stuff, see, Leo.
Yeah, that's what it is. Or studio lighting.
Could be that as well.
Probably what it is.
Yeah, it's not a day to be wearing a jumper.
No, are you regretting your life
yes,
choices over
I
there,
am.
Cam?
Yeah.
I was wearing a thicker jumper yesterday.
Oh my word. It was sunny yesterday.
I don't know, I was just feeling chilly yesterday. I just put on my chunky knit jumper.
Are you feeling a bit autumnal?
Yeah.
You're waiting for the winter to come.
I'm so much more of a winter autumn person.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the summer.
Oh.
I'm a comfortable 24 degrees. Any more than that,
Forget it.
Forget it. I don't want to be outside.
Oh dear, it's, what did I say it was the other day? 30 in Bulgaria when I land. 36.
Ooh.
Quick bit of snippage on that one.
So are you planning anything here or are you just going with what you feel?
I'm honestly just laying stuff down at this point. So I'm trying to cover up like the big expanses of...
And just have little sneaky
Yes,
peeks.
exactly. And yeah, just build up. If you wanted to add more distress to your cog pieces, you could definitely do that as well. I'm pretty sure looking at this, I
think
did.
you've got some mousse on some.
Yeah, so I
haven't you?
sponged some of the crackle mousse on to some of them. It doesn't stay on a lot because you're adding it in such a fine amount. It will flake quite a bit, but it kind of gives that like verdigris kind of effect.
It's nice.
I don't know if you can see. Is it going to be visible? So just on this one down in here, and that was on one of the opera red pieces. I just sponged some of the mousse on so you can add a little bit more texture with that.
That is lovely.
But yeah, I'm just going to basically lay all of these up. Oh, mustn't forget my lovely little pops of colour.
Not at all. And I like the fact you've got Happy Retirement stamped on the frame as well.
Yes, I did stamp that freehand on the frame. Can you imagine? With a stamp block. Unheard of.
Absolutely.
We try not to do things like that. I think when I did this before, I actually tried to make it so the cogs all lined up as well. As close as possible.
They all join. So they're going to work the clock.
Exactly. That was my, intention.
I like that.
Let's get this one into here. But this is where you can kind of go a bit wild and add stuff where it looks good to your eye. Because what looks good to me may not look good to somebody else.
But if you look in one of those skeleton clocks where you can see all the workings inside, if you're looking straight on, you've got layers of cogs, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're creating here.
No, not that one, just this one. And this is why I said to basically cut a variety of all of the different sizes in as many of the different papers as you could. Because once you start layering them up, what may look good one time may not look good the next.
Yeah.
So you're going to probably want a different selection. So pop this one in. I'm going to have to switch to my fine nozzle again soon.
Ooh.
Hooray for those though.
Oh yeah.
So if I put
Jen is
that
saying
there.
about the expanding mousse as
Oh,
well. That would give
yes.
another texture
It
to
would.
this.
That would be great.
That almost gives like a bubbly texture, doesn't it, if it's heated?
Yep. And yeah, that would look really nice on this actually. I'm going to put this one up here. So it's about mixing up, I guess, your colours. So you try not to put too much of the same paper next to each other, put too many of the same shapes next to each other, or do, if that's what you want.
Yeah. The opera red just gives you that lovely, that's the first thing you write, for me, that is the first thing that catches my eye, is that opera red.
Yeah, it's a very look at me kind of colour, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you've kept, sorry,
No,
go
you
on.
go first.
No, go on.
I was going to say, with you were saying like, trying to change up the colours, I find that is the hardest thing to do sometimes when you've got like
randomise things.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, I've used that colour too much, and like, but I also feel like I've used that one too much as well.
Yeah.
It's so hard. I find that
Sometimes
one of
you
the most
just have a
difficult things to do.
snippet of your contrast.
Mm.
That's all you need. Because you haven't used a lot of blue in this. You've kept your blue as a little bit of a snippet.
That's it. So I've got the matte with that kind of grounding to kind of bring your eye into the rest of it. And then just that tiny bit in the background. But again, you could change the colours up completely if you just wanted to do blue cogs, if you don't want to have all of them mirror.
Yeah.
Then it would look completely different again.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me get the clock in so I can see how much that's going to cover, and then we can carry on filling around it. A few more foam pads, because why not? If this is someone's retirement card, you're probably going to be going all out, aren't you?
Oh, I think so.
And I made sure it was a nice big card, because if it's someone's retirement card, probably there's going to be a lot of people that need to sign it.
Go big.
Go hard or go hospital. Yeah?
That's the one.
Is there anything more boring than watching someone peel the backs off all of their
I don't know whether you were the same at home. If anyone is doing a project I just get mesmerised by it and I just sit and watch. I don't have to be doing anything. I just love to sit and watch. I like to be part of it.
Yeah, I was about to say, no, I find it quite relaxing just having
Yeah.
it in the background.
So that's why I got quiet then.
I think I've got them all. Yeah. Okay. So let's try and get this roughly in the middle.
Not covering the cogs you've got underneath.
Not too many of them anyway. A couple of them are going to be peeking out the side, but that's fine.
That's nice.
And then, now that I know where that's going to sit, I can make sure I can fill in around them. So I think I'm going to put a bigger one, not that one up in there. And then, yeah, it is just about balancing it.
Yeah. But you can still see everything, even from the start. You've got little bits peeking out from all different areas, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. That's it, all that mousse is still there in the background. And you can start to see the cracks coming in on the crackle mousse
You
as well,
can.
where I haven't pulled it off with my fingers.
Well, good job, you've got some left.
Yes.
Linda's just saying here, and this is a really good idea. She likes to go to the paint store and collect the free colour palette combinations for inspiration.
That's a brilliant idea.
That is amazing.
I like that.
I like that.
Like
Karen
we say
says
that quite
that's-
often, don't we? That we need to look and kind of save the palettes that we see.
Would you like us to do that? Would you like us to put a selection of colours together and show you where we come from picking out colours? Because we try a load, don't we? What do you think of this? No, that's not quite right. Add that. And we keep changing until we're happy. Karen's saying that's looking amazing.
Thanks, Karen. I feel like it's it'll do.
I think it's looking lush.
It's certainly coming together.
I think so. A friend of mine who does a lot of mixed media, her answer to me, because I'd say, oh, I don't think this is right. And she'd just keep going.
Just keep going. Add more.
Don't stop, just keep layering and you'll get the effect you want.
And I think that's what... I mean, I'm a very clean crafter. I tend to have a lot of white space in my projects and things are very precise, and this is very much not me.
Is your head going, wow, wow, wow?
Yeah, exactly.
This is not happening.
But when I put this together the first time, I actually quite enjoyed the process of just adding all of the little cogs in.
Regina's saying yes, please.
Oh, we'll definitely do that
We'll
then.
try and do that as well. Would you like a weekly, a monthly colour? What would you fancy?
Yeah, how would you like us to do it? Would you like us to put out maybe a sheet with a little colour
Yeah.
selection that you can maybe collect? That might be quite fun.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
So yeah, we could show off a project that we've made in a specific palette, and then
And tell you what colours we've used for it.
you could download it and maybe add it to, you know, we talk about putting into a memory book or things like that. Things that you've
Yes.
seen. You could have a little memory
Yeah,
book
you
of
could.
your
Tag book.
little tag book, exactly.
Regina says, as a photographer, I save the colour combinations that I love onto Pinterest.
That's a good
That's
idea.
a good idea as well.
Who doesn't use Pinterest as a crafter at this point? I think it's
I
one of
love
those essential
Pinterest.
tools for all of us.
Hourly.
Hourly. I think we'd run out fairly quickly.
Whew! Dear wife, you've amused the turkey crew with saying go to hospital.
Guarda Guasp.
Oh, I go hard. I've got the hard bit.
Yes.
Made the day.
It was one of our sayings when we were on holiday in Turkey. Guarda Guasp.
And what was the answer most days?
Guard. Yeah. Thankfully, no one
Well,
went to
nobody
hospital.
wanted to go to hospital, did
No,
they?
no.
Especially not on Hollybobs.
No, that's not the kind of holiday that we're after.
Oh no. My parents had a few with them.
Really? Oh, dear.
Oh yes, I'd have a phone call. Usually my father. My father's in hospital in so-and-so. My mother managed it twice, mind. But it was mainly my father. And it was like, I don't care where they would be in the UK, I could get to them.
Yeah.
When they were somewhere and I had a young baby and they are over an ocean somewhere, it wasn't as easy to get to.
No. Tends not to be.
My mother came back from one holiday where she had torn the tendons in one leg and broken the opposite arm.
Oh, that's a combination
from
and a half.
Oh, she fell down a step. They had power cuts there, and
Right.
it was such a tiny step, she didn't even see it. So I got a feeling it was her. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I've forgotten. But it was like the right side of one and the left side of the other.
I feel like it was very much like Eva. She's so clumsy, always hurting herself. She's broken her toe once, but that was, thankfully hasn't broken any bones but her toe. But we were in uni and we obviously had our flat dorms. I'd gone into the kitchen to go make a cup of tea, come back and I can't see her in my room. So she's decided to, for some reason, play hide and seek in this very small room. And she's just hiding behind the bathroom door. And she's like, how did you know I was there? And I was just like, well, where else are you going to be? There's nowhere to hide.
There's nowhere
And so she was like, right, turn around, get back out. I've got another place to hide. And so she was like, all right, you can come back in now. And I look around and we had like these massive wardrobes from floor to the ceiling. And at the top, there's a top section to the wardrobe. Now she's 5'3". She's managed to climb into this top section. And the reason why I knew she was there is because her hair was pouring out.
Oh no!
So I opened it up and she's just like, why? How? I was like, how did you not know all your hair is out of this wardrobe? And so yeah, eventually she's like, okay, well I'll get down now then. And she's like, well, you gonna help me down? I was like, you've got yourself up there.
Now you can come down.
So she full on leaps. And then breaks her toe because she whacked it into her.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
dear.
And the moral of the story is don't play hide and seek.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, cogs are
That
arranged.
is gorgeous.
I have made myself a card blank. So this is an 8x8 card blank. I've basically done it out of 2 pieces of card. I've done myself a little score line. I think probably 1/2 inch. Looks about right.
Yeah,
On the
or
back one.
centimetre.
And then just glued that part together so that it then folds open nicely. That's going to be the top of my card. And I'm just going to glue this entire thing down on my, like I say, for a time card you need a big card
You
back.
do need a big card because everybody's got something to say, haven't
Yeah.
they?
Plenty of glue on this.
You don't want to be restricted to a tiny little corner to
No.
write on either.
You
You want
definitely do
plenty of
not.
place.
So, yeah, that way. Make sure
You
you get
got
the right
it.
way
You
now.
got it.
And this is where I have to try and line it up, even though it's a bit wonky because it is damp. No, get more that way. There we go. Got it. Things I love about glue, you can wiggle things around if they don't land in the right place
perfect.
first time.
Perfect.
And then
And that is why I like glue. No tape.
no tape. Yes, indeed. Famous for saying
Absolutely.
no tape. And didn't you say that you'd actually seen The Incredibles now, so you understand the reference?
I do.
Which is good. Anyone who hasn't seen The Incredibles should probably watch it. So you will also
That's where
understand.
it's from. I was so
No tape.
confused.
Yes. So make sure my drops are working, and then obviously it wouldn't be a Leo project if there weren't a couple
You've
of
got to
drops in
add
here.
some drops.
So
But you want a little bit extra texture to it and a little bit more depth. As though you haven't got enough there already.
So I'm going to put some in the centre of a couple of my cogs. There's one, there's one. Put one. Oh, it's got an arrow. Oh no.
Can't have that.
Boop. There we go. Where else? There's one. Can go in there. And it just gives, like you say, that little hit of blue. Just to bring that back in. Since we don't have any blue cogs. Just that tiny little bit. One in there. Fill that space. And I think that will do.
Anne says that's wonderful, Leo.
Oh, thank you very much.
It is. It's absolutely gorgeous.
So there is my. I'm not going to pick it up because I don't want my
Oh,
drops to run
don't.
at this
Don't.
point. So there is my finished version as a card, and then the original one. If I pull that in to one side, the framed version. You could give them as a matching set.
You could.
Have
The
a
frame
PA.
was only from,
The range,
I think it was the range. So it wasn't anywhere special.
Nope.
It was just a plain boxed frame.
So you can see, if I hold that to the side, it is just a very standard, deep shadow kind of frame. So you've got the back because it's slightly further away from the glass. You've got that depth. It was just a plain painted white one. And like I said, all I did was sponge the glacier paste on it first of all. And then I stenciled some of the crackle mousse around the edges. Added a few of my little cogs once it was dried. And of course, some drops.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would make a nice little retirement gift, I think. Something to remember your workplace by.
I think so. Yes, you imagine leaving with this as a gift on your last day.
Something
What
to
a-
hang in the toilet. Or something like that.
I think it would have a special place, not the toilet.
So you'd look at it every day.
Well, you would. You would.
My mum does say that's the place you put decorations you don't want anyone else to see.
But everybody goes to your toilet.
Yeah. Well, so the example of that, we've got a picture of Simon and my dog.
Should
Spit.
you be saying this?
Right.
Think now, should you be saying this?
It's just a normal picture of them two together pulling their tongues out, and he gifted that to me on Christmas.
Oh.
So you've hung it in the toilet?
It's in the hallway. So she said that my mum said it's more likely to possibly put in the toilet.
Bless.
But there's no hanging. There's no nails in the walls, so. It's in the
I would
hall.
just like to point out that as Simon is our boss, that I haven't said that Simon belongs in the toilet. That wasn't me. I didn't say that.
So if you're loving this kit, you're loving the colours, the dyes, everything about it, the kit is still available for the last couple of days. So I'll give you the prices again. It is, for a one-off kit, it is $34.99 in the UK, $39.99 in the US. If you subscribe to a monthly subscription, and that means you pay each month, that is $29.99 in the UK, $32.99 in the US. And a quarterly, they pay quarterly then, Cam?
So every 3 months they'll have
Every
a
3
payment coming
months. It's $89.97 and $97.97 in the US. But the two subscriptions, you get 10% as a TCK.
Across
So
the rest of the store.
everything.
So, yeah.
Everything you buy in the shop will give you 10%
I'd
off.
say if you need to stock up on glue, if you need cardstock, if you love a designer's choice, if you want a stamp club, 10% off. What's not to love?
Perfect.
And you get your kit coming through the door automatically every month.
Linda's just said it's so fun to get these kits each month.
I agree.
I would
getting them.
I love anything coming through my door, but to have goodies every month, and every month you're going to think I got something to play with.
And the fact that it is a set of products that are all designed to work together. You've got your colour palette sorted for you. You don't have to stand in front of your bookshelf going, colours?
Yes, as we do every day.
Often in our office. But everything is there ready for you to go.
Yeah.
You probably need to add glue, although sometimes we do add glue in as
We
well.
do sometimes.
But generally everything that you need is all in that one box. You can just sit down and have a crafty afternoon.
Play. So if you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button.
Yep, make sure you do.
If you want to show us some of your likes and your makes and everything else, pop into the official Facebook group, pop your makes in there, tag us in them, because not only us like to see them, all the other crafters like to see them. Because we've had a few hauls in there lately, haven't we?
I love a good haul.
We've had some craft rooms in there.
Yes.
So it's not just your projects, everything can go in there. Share all your secrets in there. What else have we got?
So if you are shopping on our website, you can pay in instalments.
I was just going to say PayPal.
Yeah, so you can pay by ShopPay, ClearPay and PayPal if you need to split the cost of your basket. Obviously, as Alison said, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that little notification bell.
Ting.
So that every time we go live or post a new video, you will be notified. Because you don't want to miss this when we do things like this. It's not as often
you
as we'd
don't.
like it to be, but hopefully
but we'll get there.
We have some sneaky ideas that we've been.
We've had a
toying
few
with today.
changes. Obviously, Alex has left us, so Cam has got another job. You know, Cam just doesn't do videos. He has his other work to do as well. So we're trying to think how we can come and see you more often.
We've had a few sneaky ideas. You might see us pop up in other places.
You never know.
It might happen.
You never know.
It might happen. Cam's like, do I know about this? No.
I don't know about this.
No, we haven't
You
talked
don't know
about
about
it
this?
yet.
No. We're going to ask for forgiveness and not permission.
Yes. Yes, there's nothing
That's
naughty.
how we roll in the craft room, right?
We are a bit naughty. But thank you for joining us.
It's been lovely to have you here with us, and I hope you have enjoyed and it's given you some inspiration.
Don't forget, makes in the Facebook group. I was going to say in the memory book there.
Yeah, if you have a crack at this, I would love to see your spin on it. So do post those. I would love
Absolutely.
to check those out.
Catch you again soon.
Happy crafting.
Bye.